Hello friends, this is Shrimant Telgave and you are learning ASP.NET MVC5 tutorial step by step. So this is part 2 and in this tutorial we are going to understand ASP.NET MVC folder structure. So in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create ASP.NET MVC application using Visual Studio 2017 with default MVC template and understand the default MVC folder structure. So we will go with one by one and understand more detail about this. First one is how to create ASP.NET MVC application using Visual Studio 2017. First step is open the Visual Studio 2017, go to File, New and click on Project. So we will go with programmatically and understand how to create ASP.NET MVC application using Visual Studio 2017. So this is Visual Studio 2017. Go to File, New and click on Project. So select the web folder from the left panel and select ASP.NET Web Application template. So you can see here in the left side panel you can see the list of folders. So we need to select the Visual C# and inside the Visual C# we need to select the web folder and inside the web folder select the ASP.NET Web Application and provide the meaningful name. So I will simply say MVC5 demo and click on OK. And so this is the default template provided by Microsoft. Select the MVC template and click on OK button. So after creating the ASP.NET MVC application, this is the default folder structure you can see here. So we are going to understand one by one the folder structure in ASP.NET application. So next we are going to understand the default MVC folder structure. So first one is the app_data. So app_data folder contain the files like local db.mdf files, XML files and other data related files. So you can see here this is the folder app_data. So app_data folder is used to store the files like local db.mdf and XML files and the other data related files we can store inside the app_data folder. So next one is the app_start folder. So app_start folder can contain the class files which will be executed when the application start. So it could be auth_config.cs, bundle_config.cs, filter_config.cs and route_config.cs. And in ASP.NET MVC5 include the bundle_config.cs, filter_config.cs and route_config.cs by default. So you can see here if we open the app_start folder, you can see here app_start contain the bundle_config, filter_config and route_config files. So bundle_config file is used to create the bundle of the related files like, so here you can see here is the created one bundle related for the jQuery bundle/jQuery. So it will include all the jQuery related files inside this bundle. Next it is created one bundle jQuery val. So it include all the jQuery validation files inside this bundle. And next here is created one bundle for the bootstrap files. It will create one bootstrap bundle for all the bootstrap related files include inside the bootstrap bundle. And last one is the content slash CSS bundle. So it will include all the CSS related files inside the content slash CSS bundle, and we can create the bundle with the help of bundle collection. And all these, so we no need to import each and every JavaScript file, CSS files inside the each and every files. We can create the bundle and we can use this bundle inside the layout page. If you expand the view, go to shared, click on layout folder. So you can see here, this is the bundle where we have used content slash CSS, and you can see here we have used a bundle for the jQuery and bootstrap. So all the bootstrap, jQuery and CSS related files will render automatically. We don't need to import each and every files to the each and every view pages. So next one is the filter config. So filter config, so the filter config.cs file is used to register the global level filter inside the filter config.cs. So we can register the filter with the help of global filter collection. Next one is the route config.cs. So route config.cs is used to provide the configuration settings inside the route config.cs. So all the configuration settings are available inside the, so the route config.cs is a route config file is used to provide the route configuration settings. So like here, the route configuration settings provide with the help of route collection. So you can see a route dot map route, name is the default name, URL, controller slash action slash ID, and we can say the default controller is the home controller and default action is the index action. So this is the default route configuration, and based on this configuration it will execute the default controller and default action method. Next one is the content. The content folder can contain the statics files like the .css files, images and icon files. And MVC5 application include the bootstrap.css, bootstrap.main.css and site.css by default. So you can see the content folder can contain the statics files like the images, icon and the .css and the any kind of files we can store. So we can store the statics files inside the content folder. And MVC5 include the bootstrap. So you can see here bootstrap.css, bootstrap.main.css and site.css by default. Next one is the controller. So controller folder can contain the class files like the normal C# class, and the extension of the class file is .cs, and we can provide the name. So to create the controller, always use the controller as a suffix keyword. So you can see here is the home controller, employee controller. If you create the student controller, then name should be student controller. Next one is the fonts. A fonts folder contain the custom fonts file for an application. Fonts folder can contain the custom fonts for an application. And models, next one is the models. Models folder can contain the model class files, and the extension of the model class files is a .cs, and the model class files can contain the public properties and methods. So we can provide the model class like the student model, employee model, and next one is the script folder. So script folder can contain the JavaScript or VB script file for an application. So MVC5 include the JavaScript file for a Bootstrap, jQuery 1.0 and the Modernizer by default. So you can see here JavaScript file can contain script folder. If you expand the script folder, it can contain the Bootstrap. So a script folder can contain the JavaScript files. All the JavaScript files we can stored inside the script folder, and ASP.NET MVC5 include the Bootstrap, jQuery and Modernizer by default. So you can see here the Bootstrap files, validation and Modernizer files. So next one is the View folder. View folder can contain the HTML files for the application, and typically view files is a .cs HTML file where we can write the HTML and a C# code or VB code. So view can contain the HTML files, and we can write, and the extension of the view is .cs HTML, and .cs HTML, it is a combination of C# and HTML, and we can write the HTML and C# code inside the view. And you can see here inside the view there is a one folder called home. So if you create the home controller, it will create the home folder inside the view. So if you create the employee controller, then employee folder is created inside the view. So if you create the student controller, then student folder is created automatically inside the view. So next one is the global.asa file. So the global.asa file can contain the application level event such as application underscore begin request, application underscore start, application underscore error, session underscore start and session underscore end. So if you want to provide some application level settings, then we can write inside the application global.asa file. So you can see here this is the application underscore start, and we can write the application underscore start and session underscore start and session underscore end. Next one is the packages.config. So packages.config managed by the NuGet to keep track of what packages and version you have installed in the application. So you can see, if you say the ASP.NET MVC application, the version is the 5.2.4 and the targeted framework is .NET 4.6.6.1. The packages.config file is used to, it will store the packages and the version you have installed inside the application. Web.config. So web.config file can contain the application level configuration such as if you want to apply the, so if you want to insert the connection string, then we can use the web config, or if you want to write some authentication code, then we can go with the web.config files. So web.config files contain the application level configuration settings. So those all are the points we have covered in this tutorial step by step. So we have understand all the folder structure in this tutorial. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe and add your valuable comment. Thank you. Thanks for watching.